Welcome to Anthony White's board. I am Anthony White, the Orange Tie Guy, and we are finishing up. This is point number 4 of Price Pritchard's book, which is Quantum Leap. Let me see here. It was Quantum Leap Strategy. I was going to say theorem. That's not correct. Quantum Leap Strategy. Point number 1, which we talked about in another video, pick your aiming point, right? Second one is relentless pursuit. And then the third one is to follow the quantum leap ritual or the strategy ritual. And then the next one is today talking about track your results. He brings up interesting information because his company does a lot of strategic, not just marketing, but just strategies and systems and management and stuff. And he basically talks about this. He says you need to track your results. You need to monitor your results. Basically, if you're wanting something, right? What do you want? I say this as the orange tie guy all the time when it comes to relationships, business, whatever it is. You pick it. What do you want? What do you want? Well, guess what? You got to pick your aiming point, relentless pursuit to what you want. Excuse me. Follow the pursuit and then track your results. I give this to people that I coach all the time. The reason is because they need to do something, and then after that, you gotta track it. Okay, does this work for me? If it didn't work, why didn't it work? Monitor, etc. But he says monitor your results. Somebody brought up basically, so kind of what metrics and stuff. He says, well, ultimately, all you really need is 1, 2, or maybe 3 metrics, but you need to keep it simple. And he says tracking doubles your odds of success. Basically, research proves this. And this is why businesses are always wanting to know metrics, right? If you're on the phone all the time for your company, like customer service, they want to know, okay, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. If ultimately you're getting like good scores in other areas, they're like, why? What's going on? What are you doing that other people aren't doing? And this is why a lot of books are written about success when it comes to business, relationships, personal, whatever it is. And in fact, I give metrics to people that I coach often when it comes to relationships. I'll say, okay, well, first and foremost, you got to go and ask somebody on a date. Yeah, you got to go and ask. But you got to ask it in a different way. This is the metric. This is what you do. You say something different. You don't just say, hey, I'd like to go on a date with you. Would you go out with me? That doesn't work. Maybe if you're like 16 years old, sure. But I don't even think that would work for a 16-year-old. But you got to monitor your results. You got to keep track of your results. Okay, what did I say? How did I say it? What was the environment? Right? Okay, great. Or maybe it's your presence, right? I teach people a lot about confidence. And the reason I teach them about confidence is because when it comes down to it, there's too much lacking confidence. Track your results. What are you doing? What are you not doing? Okay, ultimately, I'm feeling depressed, right? I talked about this and what inspired me to actually do, Anthony White's board, is there's so many people out there, and the great comment was simply this, that when it comes down to it, people are just desperate for companionship. People are desperate for companionship. That's why people are always on their phones, right? That's why we're always on our Facebook or YouTube or whatever it is. And it's funny because, whether it's me seeing my sister, on her phone, whether it's me at work or with other people or with family, right? Friends, something they're looking at it. Give me a moment. My brother, I'll be talking to him and, wait, I can't hear anything you're saying, right? They're desperate for companionship. Even when you have a physical person there with you. Doesn't matter where we go. We go to what results or what gives us results. Oh, there's a reason why we also track our results. It's because we're going to this social media, right? We want companionship. Well, again, if you want that, pick your aiming point. Where do you want it? You want a companionship online? Great. I have all these people that I've been looking at and watching, and they're YouTubers. Right? They make 30 to 60 grand a year YouTubing. I would not be able to logically survive doing that because constantly catering and editing. I don't know how to edit stuff. You get this raw and live from me, right? I don't edit any of this stuff because I don't have the manpower. I don't have the software. I've already invested way too much money on all my equipment. I've got 5 different options of microphones. Thankfully, I've got my Yeti, you know, my little blue Yeti. It's actually out of the way because I think my connection cord to my computer over there is too short. But anyway, when it comes down to it, we want companionship, right? We want this. Well, here's the 4 things when it comes to, again, quantum leap strategies. If you're wanting this in a relationship, if you want this in business, if you want this in finance, if you want this just in your own personal development, your own increase in happiness and joy, right? It's ultimately pick your aiming point. What do you want? First and foremost, okay, relentless pursuit on it. Okay, follow that simple ritual. If you don't know what that ritual is, go back to the previous video from this one. Track your results. Track it. It's not difficult. It is so simple not to do. So people don't do it. Because they don't think about it. Oh, it's another thing to think about. No, it's not. It's one thing to help you think about, what do you want? What do you want? Simple format or formula. It's interesting because I made this comment on a previous video about minimal effective dose. That's actually a Tim Ferriss quote that Price Pritchett was talking about. This is the minimal effective dose, meaning this is the smallest amount for you to be able to get that ultimate, you know, glorious, desirous end goal. Pick your aiming point, relentless pursuit, follow the ritual, track your results. So I'm Anthony White, the Orange Tie Guy. I love coaching people. I love serving people. I love it. It's something that I live and breathe. This is why it's so difficult talking to a camera rather than physical people. If you want to talk to me, if you have questions, message me on Facebook, message me on YouTube. My Facebook page is the Orange Tie Guy. Great. If you're my friend, it's because you're actually my friend on Facebook or in real life. We actually know each other. I don't just friend random people. That's my LinkedIn profile. If you want to friend me, great. I'm a lion, LinkedIn online networker. But when it comes down to it, that's why I got YouTube, right? People can comment and connect with me on there if they want to. Same thing on my Facebook page, the Orange Tie Guy, or LinkedIn, right? That's the whole process. I get tons of spam there. People that really don't want to know me, they just want to sell me their product. Or even ask me questions, they just want to sell me product. But it's interesting, again, when it comes down to it, what do you want? I love to serve and I live my life accordingly. Welcome again, and thank you for watching Anthony White's Board. I'm Anthony White, the Orange Tie Guy. I will end this and post it on YouTube. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Oh, also, if you're interested in relationships, I've got Friday Night with Anthony White. Tune into that as well. Whether it's Facebook or whether it's YouTube, I'm happy to be able to answer questions when it comes to relationships. Typically, I'm sitting in front of my computer because ultimately I've got to read the questions and go through the process and profile it. Maybe I'll do a different format where I'm in front of a whiteboard, but I kind of like to sit down for those ones because it's not as, I don't know, energetic, I guess you could say. Hope you have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.